It's been a while since I checked up on Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered. The big game Capcom was pushing, the comeback for Dead Rising. We're checking it out. It's been about, let's say, about a week and a couple more days since the launch digitally on all platforms. Capcom was banking on this game really hard, and they wanted all the OG fans back, and the modern audience needed to support this game so they can continue making more of these remasters moving forward. Let's check out these Steam charts because I am interested to see if it was actually doing pretty well. Hopefully those people on Twitter that were liking it like crazy bought the game and actually supported this game itself.
Nothing to see here.
You're a damn clever. All right, just get the hell out.
Today you get to say I told you so.
Today, I don't want to. I did bloody tell you.
What's up everyone, Peti Kish here, coming with you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about, yes, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. It's finally out, came out last week, and all the journals out there, all the reviewers are praising the game of how great it is. A 7, 8 out of 10s and all this. But then real fans actually got to play it, and there's a lot of criticism in this game. So Capcom was banking on this game to do well because they want to move this franchise forward with Dead Rising. So they thought, let's just do a watered down version, quickly put it out there for people to play Dead Rising. No effort whatsoever was really put into this. Just all the censorship, all the alterations, even some graphic hiccups here and there. A lot of bugs for a mature game that should be in a mature game, but it's censored completely because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for modern times, for the modern audience. And as well, the biggest voice changes. The voice actors, they didn't bring back the voice actors from the original, and they put in new voice actors that lost the essence of what Dead Rising was. It felt like a rushed product, a very cop-out, bad product, and the modern audience did not show up. They said this is for the modern audience. Some original fans can play it, but it's mostly for newcomers, new people to come out and play this game. It has some negative feedback, but there is some positives to this as well. The gameplay feels much better, and it might be actually a tiny bit easier than the original because the original is actually pretty hard. It's a hard game, so it made it a bit easier this time around, which is mixed bag for most people because the controls felt better, and there's a lot of things in the game mechanically that made it easier and a little bit better for modern times, obviously. That's the positive pretty much, but everything else I've seen about this game is no good. So if I was anyone that wanted to play this game, I would wait for a sale. They still need to fix bugs. I've seen it constantly, people are talking about. They say, don't buy this game full price. It's not worth the deal for it. Just wait until it's on sale or play the original. While I read this article, guys, I'll show you. There's a complete graphic upscale overall mod. So I've used this mod and I'll be using it over while I talk over the article. You guys can check it out. I use this mod and it looks significantly better. This is what an original remaster should be. You should have just made it the same, just like what Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta is doing. They got the same voice actors, everything's the same. They just made the graphics better, upscaled a lot, and made more of the controls tighter and better to play for modern times. That's it. Everything's kept the same. This is what it should have been but fortunately it's not. To be reading this article, guys, but before we do that, I'd love it if you guys could like, share, sub, follow on this channel. I really appreciate if you can do that. It would be very great. I'm growing this community each day, and I'd love it if you could do that. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I'm on Smash JT's site. He is a really good dude. He's doing good stuff in the video game industry, like talking about it, reporting on stuff. So check out Smash JT. He's a great dude. He's been through a lot of things recently, and he really needs the support. But he has this article out, and it says, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster censorship is out of control. A tragic sign of the times. I'll show you some clips of each version, what they censored out of this game. It's a trend we've been seeing far too often in the gaming industry. Devs making significant changes to remaster or remakes, supposedly to enhance the experience for modern audiences. The developers claim changes were made to appeal to both new players and returning fans. The proven and sad part about doing this is you lose everyone. These changes feel far more driven by ideology that is pushing the industry down a woke path than anything else. For your protection doesn't work with gamers, and altering beloved games without community input, that's a definite no-no. Yes, that's what I've been saying. They're going through the slippery slope right now. They're changing, altering history. All the effort they put in, Capcom, of this game, they could have made a Dead Rising 5 out of this. But instead, they're like, let's bring the original and just, but almost like remake it, to be honest, for the modern audience. They want to get a new kind of audience instead of the originals. Altered, it's changed, and that's where it doesn't feel like a remaster. It feels like a remake. They remade this game. It's not a remaster. This is false advertisement right here.
What in the world?
Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is knee-deep in Capcom's decision to cut content everywhere in the name of modernizing gameplay, and it sparked outrage among gamers everywhere. While some of these changes may appear subtle on the surface, they represent a far broader issue, a disconnect between developers and the fans they claim to serve. So what's really going on with the censorship claims surrounding Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster? I've covered the detail just from the initial trailer before the game released, that some keen fans saw how they race swapped the Butcher. That was clearly just the tip of the iceberg. So what happened, like I said in my video, they race swapped him. Still feels kind of like an Asian representation, but the thing is, he's white, so it's kind of like confusing, you know? He's not actually Asian though. Yeah, they definitely changed this. And I think I know why they changed this, because this development team was working with a Chinese group, and they don't want to offend those people in that country. They didn't want to offend the Chinese with this Butcher dude, so they had to race swap him to a white dude. It's so dumb. They should have just kept this. It's someone in the world is going to get offended, and we need to change this right now, obviously. Because there's another thing in here I'm going to be talking about that they censored, and it's specifically about, yeah, about China and all that too, because they take out a part about that.
A customer.
That guy over there. I mean, that meat.
Oh, this is good meat, huh? I just got it in here. It's fresh. You just wait right there, sir. In a moment, you can try the best ground meat you've ever tasted.
A customer. That guy over there. I mean, that meat. Oh, this is good meat, huh? I just got it in here. It's fresh. You just wait right there, sir. In a moment, you can try the best ground meat you've ever tasted.
Spend even a few minutes online in gaming forums or social media and you'll see people shouting about censorship in various upcoming games. In some cases, these claims are exaggerated, but in others, they are right on the mark. In that case, Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, we are firmly in the latter camp as multiple changes have actually been confirmed by Capcom themselves. Why Capcom? Why you like this? Filthy commie bastard. Oh, I mean, you animal. Okay, so here we go. Here's another example. One of the most glaring instances of censorship involves the removal of a key piece of dialogue from a boss fight with Cliff Hudson. In the original game, Cliff, a hardened Vietnam War veteran, refers to the player as filthy communist during the fight. This line was entirely scrubbed from the remaster, and its place, "You are nothing but a filthy animal." There you go, guys. That's what I meant about it. So they take out the communist line, so you have filthy animal. That's kind of interesting why they did that, right? China, communist. I don't know. What do you guys think?
You can't tell me. Can you, fella? Oh yeah, I know why. It's because you're a mole. I'm right. Aren't I? You are nothing but a filthy animal!
You can't tell me. Can you, fella? Oh yeah, I know why. It's because you're Viet Cong. I'm right. Aren't I? You are nothing but a filthy communist!
The changes here has caused frustrations, to say the least. Fans argued that this line, while politically changed, fits with the mature tone of the game and the character's background, and washing it away from the dialogue lessons the impact and attempts to erase a very real history. And they erased it with this line. Disappointing. Or when a cutscene changes a photo shown of my sexiest shot and changed to my funniest shot of a bunch of Lego-headed people because it's too risque for mature games. What the fuck are we even doing here, Capcom? So there you go. That's in the remake, the funny shot. This is, I forget what character this is, a Capcom character. But yeah, whatever. He called it the Legos. They're kind of like the Lego dudes. He put the hands, you know, this is a part where he shows his camera. I'll show the clip in the background for you guys so you can see it. And then instead of this, it was my sexiest shot. This was what it was. That's it. They just take that out because they don't want to offend someone. You can't make this shit up. This is like the stupidest thing. And what he said, it's a mature game and you can't have that in there. But you can have, you know, zombies attacking you. Some of them even attack you below and it looks like it's actually, you know, wanting to grab your crotch area. You can't make this shit up. I'm serious. Like, this is how absurd and stupid this is, guys.
But first, feast your eyes on my work. Now this is my most emotionally moving shot. Now this is my funniest shot.
Feast your eyes on my work. Now this is my most emotionally moving shot. Now this is my sexiest shot.
This is a mature rated game after all. So why is Capcom suddenly so concerned with softening its language? Decisions like this that leave me wondering whether developers are sanitizing games in ways that fundamentally alter the original experience. And for what reason? Is this truly about modernizing content? Or is it about appeasing certain cultural and ideological pressures? I think you already know where I stand on this one, but it gets worse. The removal as erotica point system. Here's another one, guys. Another significant changes comes with the removal of the radical prestige point system. In the original Dead Rising, players could earn points by snapping photos of survivors, and certain photos, such as those that captured cleavage, would earn you points toward leveling up. This was in line with the irreverent, over-the-top tone of the game, which never shield away from the playful approach to mature themes. But no, in the remaster, that mechanic has been stripped out of completely because boobs bad, of course. Capcom gave the following statement to explain the decision. When developing Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, we tried our best to create a game that would please returning core fans and appeal to new players alike. As development proceeded, we inevitably discovered that we couldn't include everything from the original game. In the case of an erotica point system, this was something we discussed in length and decided to remove, not so much as a response to a changing cultural climate, but because we felt there is no need to have a reward point system on this basis. Additionally, when considering Frank's situation, it is not an appropriate reward for survival and not a skill required of a journalist trying to stay alive for the next 72 hours during a zombie apocalypse. However, players will still have the right to choose their picture subjects freely, and even though they won't receive points, it is up to them to decide what photos they will take represent their journey.
Don't bullshit me. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
You know for a fact that you took that out because you don't want two people on Twitter. What are you guys doing? Are you sexist? Are you racist? Like, they would be going crazy. All the bigots, isms. Just a couple of people on Twitter you see, and that's what they believe. That gets offended by everything. The two people, it's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. There's a whole group of fans saying, don't change this, leave it as is. It's funny, it's kooky, it's supposed to be in there. It was in the original. It's not offending anyone. Just do it. No, they don't listen to the fans. They listen to the modern audience. Capcom, where did it get you guys? Where is the modern audience? That is the question. Where is the modern audience? We saw the modern audience fail for Concord. We saw modern audience keep failing and failing. Star Wars Outlaws, we saw the failure of that. Where is the modern audience? You need to support these games. You need to actually buy these games. Then buy them. Because I know the fans won't. They won't. They deserve better. Not a watered down version like this. At least Resident Evil remakes have a little something where fans actually enjoy. I just hate all these shills out there that like crazy for Capcom and not criticizing actually the flaws of what's going on, because we need to stop this. We deserve better. I personally wanted to buy this game, but after what I saw, and I know a couple of people that are fans of the original Dead Rising, they told me don't buy this game. And I was like, why? What's wrong? And then I looked into it and I saw more things about it. I was like, oh, shoot, you're right. This is not what I'd want to play. I want to listen. To be honest, the fans are the real people to actually get the info from. Capcom's statement is telling. They claim that the removal of the system was not directly due to a changing cultural climate, but it's hard to believe otherwise. The fact that such a well-known and distinct feature of the original game was removed because it didn't align with Capcom's modern vision of what is appropriate speaks volumes about the direction the industry is headed. We need to call this shit out at every turn. Removing features like the signals a border movement forward, a more sanitized, less provocative gaming experience. A move driven not by player demand, but by the desire to adhere to modern stabilities, the same modern trends that are being made for the fictitious modern audience. The fictional modern audience. Where is that modern audience? They're probably there, but there's not many of them. The gamers are hungry for good content, and we want good content. You're not going to please everyone, because if you please everyone, it's a game made for no one. Easy as that. Woke censorship run amok. The changes in Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered fit into a pattern that has become all too familiar in recent years. Devs are more and more altering classic games, not because fans ask for it, but because they believe certain content is no longer acceptable in today's cultural landscape. Why is that? Could it be that they may have, I don't know, an agenda to push? Whether it's cutting dialogue that could offend someone, spare me the bullshit on this one, or removing mechanics that explore more risky themes, the trend points to an industry being overrun by developers with an agenda. Capcom's decision to remove the communist line and the erotic points system from Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is a classic example of woke censorship. Instead of letting players experience the game as it was originally intended, offensive moments and all, they've opted to sanitize it, assuming they know what's best for everyone. This particularly polarizing approach underestimates the intelligence of gamers, and more importantly, erodes trust between developers and their core fanbase. After all, it's the fans who make Dead Rising a cult classic, not Capcom PR team. There you go. Here's a video right here. Here's the original Dead Rising, and here's the remastered Dead Rising. Check it out. Look at this horrible explosion. Look at the explosion. Why does a 2006 game look better graphically than the remaster? This is what I was talking about. There's some graphic hiccups here that are not actually that impressive compared to the original. Yes, there are some. The movements might be a bit better, or some character facial animations look better. I agree. There's some parts besides Frank West. I don't think he looks that good. I think his older version looks better. But like, yeah, there's some problems here in this game, and you can tell even that explosion. Like, you could see the flame. Like, why is we got all this technology, all these better motion cap and all things, and it still doesn't feel like we move forward. It feels like a downgrade from the original. Like, the originals sometimes look better. I don't know why. What is going on? You know what? I think it's also laziness at some sort of part. It's just laziness, but also we gotta get this out as quick as possible to make money. It's a cash grab. That's what I mean. It's a scam, a scummy business, cash grab. It doesn't have the passion or the love of what the original was. Maybe it's not even Capcom that's the problem. Maybe it was the localizers. They did it. I wouldn't be surprised. Capcom could have been in there too, but I think it's actually a localization problem, to be honest, that censor a lot of this. But also, there's just many other issues with this game in general. And none of this takes into account the downgrade of explosions and overall graphic quality. Just doesn't seem to have the love and passion put into it, and shows any kind of love from the developers. Is it worth the price? With all this in mind, many players are refusing to purchase or pre-order the game, feeling that the remaster doesn't respect the spirit of the original. But for those still on the fence, here's what you need to know about the pricing. And here you go. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, $49.99, so 50 bucks. And then the deluxe edition is $60. So you're going to get all the cool stuff with it with the $60. I don't think this game should be $60. I think this game would be okay at a price of $20 or $30. With even all the issues, I think it's still kind of a good play, but I know a lot of original fans would cringe and not wanting to play this. It's a DEI detected right there for you. And as for me, I have literally zero interest in supporting any game that is created with the modern audience in mind. The Steam charts. So he did it earlier. I see it. This is probably when it first launched. There's 4,000. The one we saw before was like 6,000 something when it peaked. Was it 1,600? players playing right now, that's really low. This game has been out for like a little bit more than a week, and it's still pretty low for what it is on Steam. I don't know what the consoles are, the charts for consoles, if people played on Xbox and PlayStation. I don't know. But we have an actual estimated chart of how many people are playing this on Steam, and it's not looking good. It's really weak for a new game, and you saw what place it was on the chart. The censorship in Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is unfortunately a symptom of a much larger issue in gaming that I touch on all too often: the intrusion of woke ideology into game development. And here's the original Dead Rising. It's decent, actually, because this is a 2006 game. It's pretty decent on PC. Like, you'd see the mount. You know, it's not bad for an old game. Let's check out now. How much is it now? Wow. Okay, so we got now, at this very moment, I'm checking out 243. So more people are playing this right now. That's good. So this is actually increasing. More people are getting this. You have that mod on PC, guys. You can play it, HDify it. It does a remaster of the original. Just get that. It's still a fun game. Mechanics are going to be harder. It's a very hard game, but I think some people will appreciate it more than playing the remaster. I would highly recommend playing this one again if you want. And if you want later down the line, I'm not saying you do whatever you want with your own money. It's your money, guys. But maybe later down the line, if you're interested of picking up the remaster, deluxe remaster, wait for it for a price to go down. Me personally, I'm not going to pick it up. I have plenty of games I'm on right now. I'm playing and trying to beat in general. So I'm going to skip that one, obviously. You guys know that I'm going to skip the deluxe remaster. But this one is really good, and I did play it. So check this one out, guys. As more and more remakes and remasters are altered to fit a modern agenda, it begs the question, where does it end? This is the definition of a slippery slope that I've been warning of for years. And here we are. Ooh, here we go. We got a Steam not recommended. Nice. So he posted this. This is on Steam. Let's check it out what it says. The game is fun, and it's one of my favorite series, but this review is to show how the political correct is running everything along with censorship. Why did they have to exclude the erotic photos, censor the Asian psychopath, Larry Chang, remove and ruin the meaning of Cliff's line about the communists, take away the revealing panties from the models of some female characters, and make the entire game more censored? Funny, they give rating 17 plus, but remove erotica and keep the gore. Why did they have to make this fucking more inclusive? For who? I don't give a fuck if you are transsexual, gay, or whatever. Your gender is because I'm not against anyone. I only want good games, not this type of shit like Concord. Damn, he said it right, dude. He straight up went for it. Hell yeah, he deserves that. He definitely deserves that. Will we see more iconic franchise reimagined, strip of their character and edge, all in the name of being appropriate for today's audiences? You can bet on it until gamers close their wallets on this garbage. And in the case, hell, buy the original, if anything. It's uncensored and costs 1/5 the price. Buy Dead Rising for $10. I bought it on sale for $8 or $7 or whatever it was. I even bought it even cheaper than that was on sale. You should buy this. Actually, guys, I think you should buy this before it's gone, because I think they might replace this with this original. So later down the line, they might replace it. Just in case, buy the original if you can. I would recommend it. Capcom's decisions in Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster may seem minor to some, but to longtime fans, it's yet another example of developers losing touch with the community that made their games great in the first place. And no matter what, no matter how minor, it may seem that's exactly when we need to rise up and speak out against it. Yeah, Smash JT did a good job. That was a good article. Definitely follow him. Give him a follow. But like he said at the very end, Smash, that what else they're reimagining, changing? Coming up, Silent Hill 2 Remake. That one might be actually dud too. We don't know, but it's coming up, guys. That one might be also a bad one coming, so keep your eyes peeled with that one. But what do you guys think overall about this whole thing? What a surprise. I've said this before. I saw the signs coming. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I did. Thank you so much for everyone for watching, though, this long and liking. And if you didn't like this video, I still thank you so much for watching this long. Till the next time, guys, I'll see you. Have a good one, all. See y'all.